Hey friends! Thanks for joining me on my newest YouTube video, and today I have the redraw this challenge. I went through my really old DeviantArt account, which was really embarrassing for me, but I had a look at my oldest drawings and I found this one, which was supposed to be an original character called Kyoko. Let me see if I can guess. This was the comment that I left on my DeviantArt page. Meet Kyoko, my new Carrie, as in character. She's a troublemaker, but is kind and caring at heart. She's an orphan, and although she's not much older than some of the children at her orphanage, they look up to her and see her as a mother figure. She has had only one boyfriend in her life, but he died in a car accident, and now she is looking for love. Oh my god! Okay, I didn't read that before, I just read it to you guys. He died in a car accident and now she's looking for love. Wow, creativity at its finest. So yeah, she's a character that I made. I drew this picture of her and I don't think that I ever drew her again. Probably for a good reason. But yeah, this was like one of the only human non-Full Metal Alchemist fan arts that I could find in my DeviantArt gallery, so I chose this one. And I know a lot of people, when they do this challenge, they want to change the pose up a bit or change the picture to show that they can do more, but I wanted to keep the really awkward pose and see, even with a really bad pose, like with her arms sticking out for some reason, I wanted to see how my art would compare just in technique alone rather than changing it up, because I know I could draw a completely different pose and use the same character, but I don't feel like that's redrawing the same picture again, really. So I might do something like that in the future, but for now I wanted to keep it how it was in my original picture, all good pose and all, and just see what it would turn out like. I didn't invest too much time into this drawing. I think it took me just about, I think it was an hour and 14 minutes exactly. So, I mean, I could probably go back and spend longer on a different drawing. I want to see if I can find some old traditional art and see how I could do redrawing those. But overall, I think even with such little time, like I said, I spent an hour and 14 minutes on this drawing, and on the old one I spent probably about 4 or 5 hours. And there's like no shading on it or anything. It's so bad. Oh, I'm so happy to see that I've improved from that terrible drawing. But yeah, I definitely recommend that you do this challenge if you've been thinking about it, because I mean, it's just really interesting to see what you do differently and how much you've improved. Even, like I said, even if you don't spend too much time on your new drawing like I haven't, you can still see a massive difference. Like, oh, it's just really rewarding to see in the end that I can do better in an hour than I could do before in 5 hours. So I definitely recommend it. I wasn't gonna redraw the hand because the way I've got it in the previous picture is just so awkward, but I also didn't want to cop out and chop off her arm, so I did put it in the end. It is a bit chopped off, but I don't know. Let me check. I did this picture in, I'm not sure. See, on the actual photo itself, it says I think it says Stephanie and then it says 04. So it looks like I did it in 2004, but my uploading date on DeviantArt says 2006. So I don't know if I just drew a really dodgy 6 or if it was 2 years before. I said I think it is 2006 that I drew this. So that is how much years, like, oh god, my maths is not good. It's like 9 years ago, is it? Let me just count on my fingers. So 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, It's 9 years, isn't it? So yeah, I did it many years ago, and I don't know, it's just, I definitely want to do this challenge again because I had so much fun with it. I want to maybe take some more time to like proper full on go for a picture. I just need to find an old drawing of mine that like isn't a static person standing in front of a static background. Like a lot of the old drawings of mine were like people's furry characters and like feral personas, and that's not something I tend to draw anymore, so I didn't want to do something like that because I haven't practiced, so I'm probably just as bad as I was back then at that sort of thing. But humans I draw a lot now, so I mean just from the colouring as well, like I haven't got up to it in the video yet, but you'll see in a second where I did her tummy, and I really like how it turned out. It looks really soft and cute, and yeah, I struggled a bit with the hat because it's such a weird like blobby hat that she had in the original drawing, so I wasn't really sure how to recreate that monstrosity, but I gave it a little point at the end and made it look less odd, I guess. There is still stuff in this one that I changed, like I think her face is a bit potatoey. I try to keep the same facial structure as the old one. I mean, not in the same way as the cheeks are because they were pretty awful, but the same, you know, the wide anime face kind of look. I tried to keep that and still use my style today, so that I don't know. I didn't necessarily want it to be and this is how my art looks now picture. I wanted it to stay, if I drew this exact picture again, how would it look with what I know now? And I think I pulled that off pretty well. Like I said, I'll probably try again and completely redo a picture, pose and all. But for now, I'm pleased with what I did, and yeah, I definitely recommend this challenge for the 6 millionth time. I'm actually thinking about filming another video today. I'll just talk about that for now because there's not too much to say about this picture. So hopefully I'll get some time to do that. I have got some new art supplies that have come in the mail, so I'll be showing them, and I want to do like a first impression sort of video as well, so look forward to that. I definitely want to get a lot of traditional stuff on this channel because this channel is mostly for me to inspire myself through everybody else's videos to really get back into traditional stuff, because I've just been mainly digital for such a long time now. This shirt gave me a lot of trouble because the way it's hanging on her body, I don't think material hangs that way. So I wasn't sure how to make the shading in the clothes folds. So it took me quite a while. Also, that green was not a nice green to shade with. Also, with the background, I had these like awful squares in the old picture, which I think were supposed to like be bricks, basically, but they were literally just flat squares with nothing in the middle of them. And I didn't want to go full out and paint some bricks in this one, so I just did like a blank background with some shadows on it. I did do the graffiti, that awful graffiti that's on the background, so yeah, it just says Kyoko, and I think the other piece of graffiti says graffiti. So yeah, creative. it's amazing how much you like improve when you draw. Like, I drew this just a few moments ago and I'm already looking at it and thinking about how much I could improve it and where I could do better. So I think like growing up, like as an artist, you definitely tend to look at things more critically and think, this is how I can improve. I think that in itself is improvement, because you can look at something and you see, that's how I do it this better. Whereas if you don't think of that, you sort of tend to stagnate. And a lot of people have said things to me like, I wish I could draw when they see me draw, stuff like that. Not like in a tooting my own horn kind of way, but it's just something artists get a lot, I feel. And you can draw. It's literally just pick up a pencil and just start drawing. Like, this proves it. Like, nobody is good straight away. I have so much to learn, and I've got so much more I can improve on. But look at how far I've come from where I was. Like, it's not gonna happen unless you start. And I think that's the great thing about art, is that everybody can do it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Tell me how much you've improved. Have you done a challenge like this? Because I'd love to see it. And I will see you next time. Ta-ra!